so excited to be sharing with you about a surprising way I have found that love can make the law of attraction easier for you to work. Fact of the matter is, most of us here have heard of law of attraction. As I mentioned before, I'm happy to give Esther Abraham Hicks all due credit for making it known in the Western world, in the modern Western world. In fact, I sometimes think all I could add to it, go read her books, go listen to her on YouTube. Most of what I could add to that, what she says, what they say, is my thanks and a hug. But there is something I have figured out. And just to make sure you've got some of the basics, because this is going to be simple. My favorite things that Abraham Hicks says about the law of attraction: lighten up. Lighten up. Don't be so serious about it. What they say, and the lovely thing is, as opposed to having to focus on it like crazy, the thing that you're looking to manifest, lighten up. The more you focus on it so forcefully, the more resistance you end up putting in the way. So there's no point in having skull sweat over it. Take it easy. As they say, buttons, castles, it's all the same. And it's not about effort, which is really wonderful to hear. It's about allowing the universe to deliver to you what you've asked for, and essentially knowing that the universe is happy to deliver it to you. In fact, to help with lightening up as you work the law of attraction, I have found a thing that she recommends that works is a game. In fact, the very concept of playing with it. Play with it. There's a game that she's come up with called Wouldn't It Be Nice If? So as opposed to going, I want a chateau and a castle with, I don't know, a drawbridge, and I want it on 50 acres, blah, blah, blah. Just play with, wouldn't it be nice if, and then fill in the blank. It seems to be that by taking the seriousness, the heaviness off of that which we seek to manifest, it actually makes it easier. That has definitely been my experience. There are things I've been working on for the longest, and I think because they're so significant to me, I get in my own way about allowing them, as Abraham Hicks says, into my life. But I've seen so many examples in my own life of, okay, story time. My printer, copier, fax machine broke. And after doing a lot of research, I figured out I'd have to go out and buy one. And the day before I was going to go out and go from store to store to look for the right one, I get a call from my nephew, and they ask, would you like a printer, copier, or fax machine? I've got a new one, but it's just not a fit for me. Would you just come over and get it? That, to me, out of the blue, I'd call that manifesting. The next one that happened was something else. It wasn't a big deal. I was thinking, I think I'd like to add an exercise bike to my gym, my home gym. And I let it go and didn't think about it much anymore. And I got a phone call and someone said, hey, I've got a fairly basically new exercise bike. It just doesn't fit in my space. I'm not really using it. I got a regular bike. Would come get it. It's yours. And so, as Esther and Abraham Hicks and our ancestors, and apparently the universe wants you to know, just go, yes, thank you. I will allow that into my world, and go pick it up or go open the door for it. I have had instances where I wanted to know what the next step was in my intuitive development. I had expanded, I'd been certified, I'd been thising and thatting, and I wasn't sure what next to look at. So I learned enough to ask the universe. And at my door, there was a knock. The mailman, unusual, knocked on my door. And when I got to the door, there was a package there. A friend sent me about John of God, the work of others there as well. And with a DVD and books. And it gave me another path for my exploration. And I've been amazed, and you probably have your stories too. But there's another piece that Abraham mentions. It's three last little things. Be positive. Word things positively. Instead of saying, I don't want to hurt anymore, say, I'd like to feel wonderful all the time. Phrase things in the positive and play a game of getting used to saying things in the positive. And what else have I got? Oh, yeah, and meditate. Add a little bit of meditation. 15 minutes, keep it light. Don't make this heavy. Just listening to the hum of your refrigerator or air conditioner. Take it easy as it comes. And the last thing that Abraham Hicks says that really does it for me, and I'm happy to amplify, is that this concept of everything is working out for me. Given our lives and our world, that one was a tough one for me to get my brain around at first. But the concept of everything is working out for me, when I look at it from the perspective that I don't think is beyond this audience, because we're here and we have these kind of conversations, the concept that everything is working out for me because I'm a spiritual being, I'm an energy being, even more than I think spiritual, honestly. Energy seems the modern phrase for it, the proper phrase. And I am eternal. This is only part of me. The rest of me is in the larger universe. So when I think of that and that I live eternally and stuff like that, it's easier to see everything can be for my education and my learning and my growth and my expansion, because it's how much can it affect me? I'm an energy being, and the piece that I love about this, everything working out for me, it leads me to the part I wanted to tell you about, what I discovered about working love, harnessing love to make the law of attraction easier for you. And that thing is to get my brain around the idea that everything is working out for me, to seriously get me from blowing it off and thinking, this may be where we part ways with the concept. It made me have to consider how we are loved, how I've heard in countless near-death experiencer accounts, how they say if we realized how loved we were, we wouldn't have a worry in the world. We'd go out and we'd take on everything that inspired us, that we were inspired to do. And so getting my brain around the idea that everything is working out for me, it did two things. One, it made me start to see possibilities, even in tricky, challenging, interesting situations. In fact, I stopped calling them difficult and started calling them interesting. Sometimes challenging, not even that so much anymore. And it made me see opportunities, amazing opportunities in situations. And sometimes they even enriched my household, or expanded my garden, or my diction, or my library, or expanded my circle of friends, my true wealth and real wealth. So everything is working out for me. It turned out not to be just empty hum from a guru. It turned out to be an entryway into considering what it needs to be, what needs to be so about the universe and about ourselves that everything works out for us. If everything is working out for me and everything somehow is for my well-being and your well-being, because we go on from here, so this is just one lesson, one place where we have lessons, for bunches of reasons. Think of it for yourself, explore it for yourself. If everything is working out for me, it reminded me of the fact that, as I said, near-death experiencers talk about how loved we are. It made me consider how loved we are, how loved you are, and how loved I am. Then the truth of the matter is that if I could get my mind around a belief that I am loved constantly, always, all the time, born in a state of grace. That is how I see us now. We are born in a state of grace. We can't fall out of the hand of the universe. Honestly, it made the day more joyful, I will tell you, but it reminded me that it reminded me of a concept that I have. And you know something, I think it's a Nobel Prize winner, but I at least invite you to consider playing with this concept, because I believe you're up to big concepts and deep concepts. Yeah, we know that we are energy. That's just the way the universe is made. The fabric of the universe, the fabric of ourselves is energy. Ask Einstein. What I observed was the possibility that that energy, that fundamental fabric building block of the universe, that energy is love. And so in a universe made of love, where in fact I'm made of love and you're made of love also, it's easier to believe that everything is working out for me. It makes the everything is working out for me phrase make sense. And moreover, it reminded me that, as Einstein said, that as Nikola Tesla said, actually, okay, Einstein first, he said, we're light beings. We're made of energy. We're light beings. We're made of the same energy as the universe itself. We in the universe, we're one energy. So it makes it easier to consider that we can affect the universe because we're made of the same stuff. And if you consider that all of it's love and we're love, we already have a relationship with it. It already is disposed to love us, which makes sense and fits what everyone else is saying. And when you bask in, and I invite you to downright dive into believing, feeling, enjoying that you are loved, that everything is working out for you, then go ahead and play with what it is you would manifest. Frankly, I went from, is this possible, to, did that just happen, to, yes, thank you, more please. And really more than that, to really getting that the task, the odd but pleasant task of accepting how loved we are is one of the easiest components to plug into the law of attraction. It is why it works. And since we are all connected, it's why the universe hears us, because we're one with it. In fact, that's the other thing Einstein said, that we have a delusion of separateness. So we really are one, and we are one with everything around us. So that is what I figured out, and I share with you and offer to you about the law of attraction and the power of love and harnessing love to make the law of attraction easier. And the miraculously amazing homework, if you want to expand your ability to manifest, is that you are that loved. In fact, you are loved and you are love. And so why wouldn't things work out for you? So with that said, before I leave you, to tap into what is recommended about meditating, the thing that I observe is when you meditate, and take it light, take it easy, no big deal, any way it comes to you, you may get inspired thoughts. And then you may get an inspired action. You may think about a macaroni and cheese recipe. And then you may think about, I think I'll do it right now. And if you follow through on the action that inspires you, that is often the way the law of attraction, the mechanism by which it works. Your task too will be just to watch how the universe delivers to you that for which you ask. And I leave you again with just the concept that your biggest task will be to accept how loved you are, how normal this is, and then watch it unfold. My love to you, and thank you all.